Welcome to the Raider Talks game recap. I am your host Art, and I'm ready here alongside Nick Ibarra. Before we get started, hit that subscribe button down below for Raider content all season long. Nick, the Raiders win 21-17 in a very, very ugly win.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, a win is a win. The Raiders are now 500, 3-3. Feels like a clean slate, just a little bit.
Yeah.
How are you feeling after this win?
I feel good because, my last take on the last episode was just take care of business. Go in and win however, we kind of guessed it that this is going to be close. This isn't going to we're not going to shut these guys out. We're not going to sit there and you guys are not going to score. You guys are not going to move the ball. I knew they were going to move the ball some bit. I knew they were going to score. It was just about how our offense was going to score, and defensively, what are we going to do towards them. I knew it was going to be close. A win's a win. We'll get more into this, but it feels good being back at 500. Clean slate a little bit, and we got the rest of the season ahead of us.
Yeah, first thing I have to say about it is, mixed emotions after the game because the Patriots, in the middle of that game, you realize how bad the Patriots are, right?
Yeah.
I think after that Mac Jones interception, you're like, dang, this Patriot team is bad, right?
Yeah.
You started feeling at a point like the Raiders need to win kind of convincingly to feel good about this win, to feel decent about it. And it comes down to the wire. Mac Jones and the Patriot offense has a chance to go down and drive and win the ball game with just a field goal.
Yeah.
A drop, right? Dropped right between the Patriots guy's hand. Jacorian Bennett got beat bad. Man, this ball game was weird. Weird feeling after the game because I didn't feel like pumped up or satisfied or anything. I almost felt like, all right, let's move on to next week already.
You felt a sense of relief a little bit. Hey, we're 3-3. Man, we escaped with that win. As much as we wanted it to be, we had a lot of opportunities to sit there and score a whole bunch of points. We were 1-for-6 in the red zone. We had a costly turnover, and we were just doing stuff like, what are we doing? Well, let's go for sevens instead of threes. We put up a lot of threes today. Defense scored a couple points. This should have been a blown out. We called each other at halftime. This could have been a blowout. This could have been a 28-3 ball game, 28-0 ball game. But instead it was 13-3. Then, out of half they come and score it, and we got ourselves a really good ball game after that.
Yeah. Just when this game, was over, you kind of think as a Raider fan, moments passed or times passed, like I'm just pumped up we got the win.
Yeah.
Cool. We're 500. Next week we're gonna whoop the Bears' butts.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go on, make a playoff run and win a Super Bowl. But after this game, after the way we played, just the play calling that was in this game and not getting the timely first downs, not scoring in the red zone, defense making some mistakes even though they held them to 17, you felt like, we want the Raiders to win a playoff game. That's the goal. Not to win a regular season against a Patriot team that's 1-5. We want to win a playoff game.
Yeah.
And this team does not look close to a playoff team, the Raiders, right now.
Yeah,
so that's the tricky feeling after a game.
And you know what makes it just like really? Because this is who our offenses are. Our offense hasn't scored 20 points all year. We're 6 games in. Our offense hasn't scored.
The most we have scored is 19 points in a game, which was today.
Yes. And so this is who we are. We're a team that can't finish in the red zone. We're a team that's going to kick field goals. We're a team that no matter how many opportunities we get, we're going to let teams still be in the ball game because of what we're doing on offense.
Let's talk about play calling right now. I think that was the biggest thing everyone saw in this football game. Just bad play calling by Josh Mcdaniels. Predictable offense he ran all day.
Yeah.
He'll throw in a great play here and there. It's like, why don't you continue to do that all football game? Because they seem to work. You're hitting our tight ends. You're hitting some of our fast guys in Trey Tucker. Hitting Mayer at the tight end position. Why doesn't he keep going to those guys that are making big plays and chunk plays for the Raiders? It seemed like after the first half, we didn't go to those guys that are big playmakers for the Raiders.
Yeah, it fell off dramatically in the second half. First series looked great, and it seems like we always prep for that, and we always say that. First series looked great, got Mayer involved, everybody got involved. Jacobs with some nice runs. Garoppolo QB sneak for the first down. Everything just looked good until at the end we stalled. We got the 3, but it's frustrating that how come you got to set a place here that's good, but then the rest of the game is nowhere to be found. Or here and there. It's just something like really we can't put a whole game together of good game planning.
And until like later in the game, we ran the ball good for one series. One series we ran the ball good.
Yeah.
But we didn't run the ball good all game. We haven't run the ball good all year long. I mean, Jacobs only averaged... It looked like Jacobs had a great game, right? Only averaged 3 yards a carry in this football game. And it seemed like he was rushing all over the place. But he's only averaging 3 yards a carry. Raiders running is not good. The offensive line's obviously not creating holes. Jacobs looks better, but they're not creating holes. Why do we keep continuing to try to run on first and second down, leaving us with third and longs every single time?
It seems like
it's like we're fighting to have a short third down.
And it seems like in situations where, hey, we need to go down and score the ball, or situations where, hey, we need some yards, you're sticking with the run, and you're just running right in the middle to where a guy's there. Like, hey, let's be creative if we're going to run or do something.
Let's give the ball to Trey Tucker.
Or hey, let's go do this. Or, let's do something. But it's not. It's just, here, Jacobs. Or, you saw a couple with Zamir White.
Yeah.
Or a couple, just here, just try to get as much as you can. And, and I think, as you've seen lately, Jacobs a lot, he's making some guys miss a yard or two behind the line of scrimmage just to get back to the line of scrimmage, or maybe a yard. So that is just a good thing to see. But, I mean, you're right. We're running the ball when we should be maybe passing the ball. And then passing the ball when maybe we should be running the ball. But you're right. I mean, if we can't run the ball, we really can't do much.
Yeah, there's different situations, when everyone's expecting us to run, maybe you should pass the ball. Or maybe you should, instead of doing a run, still give it to Jacobs out of the backfield in the passing game.
Yeah.
Give him some more space, create some more space from him out of the pass. Or you can go with DeAndre Carter on a sneak. Obviously, Trey Tucker, he's really fast. You can give him the ball. You can do anything you want in the run game with some of these faster guys. You can mix them in a little bit, and you could do that. Like, not just once a game. You can do that many times during a game. Keep defenses off balance. But Josh McDaniels does not have the ability to keep any defenses off balance right now.
And
that's the tricky part, because he's the offensive guru.
There's no creativity at all. Like, we are so predictable. When Yaakov Johnson comes in, we're going to run the ball. Or when so-and-so's lined up
when
here.
Renfro's coming in, we're going to run the ball.
Or, when so-and-so's lined up here, we're probably passing it. He's the first read. We got to be... You're creative, less predictable. Get these defenses guessing. But it is on offense. It looks horrible right now.
Yeah, it does not look good. Jimmy Garoppolo, I thought he looked solid today. He didn't do anything bad. Didn't do anything wrong. That pick was kind of like.
Defense made a great.
Defense made a great play.
Peppers made a great play.
Devontae didn't see the ball in at first. Made him bobble, which probably led to such a big hit that it really was. But Jimmy didn't do anything wrong. Didn't do anything great either. But when Brian Hoyer went to the game, he made a big play at Trey Tucker, made some nice throws, but it was pretty much the same stagnant offense like with Jimmy Garoppolo. It seemed like there's a saying, like all three of these quarterbacks, I feel like, are not going to succeed in McDaniels' system. Maybe not system, maybe just his play calling. There's some plays where they look great, some plays where they look just not good. It's just it's weird, because I feel like I don't know if any quarterback can succeed in this Josh McDaniels offense. We've only seen one game where one quarterback looked good with Josh McDaniels.
Yeah.
Right? And that was Stidham last year. In one game. After that, Stidham didn't play that good. Carr didn't play good all year. Garoppolo hasn't played good. Hoyer hasn't played good. We get into a regular season game where it seems like McDaniels can't make play calls, and O'Connell don't look good.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a tricky situation in Vegas right now. But if the Raiders can win next week, they're 4-3.
Yeah.
Then you're starting to think like, okay, at least they're winning. They're finding ways to win. Maybe this is a team that just can squeak out victories, low score victories, and this defense just goes off. But for now, it's kind of like you raise your eyebrows a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen all three of these quarterbacks now play a meaningful game. O'Connell got to start. Garoppolo's been getting a start. Then we saw a half for Hoyer. Hoyer came in and threw the ball deep, pretty ball to Trey Tucker. And then you're thinking, now here comes a deep ball. Here comes some stuff. But it's still check downs here, missing guys here. Maybe it is the system. Maybe it is play calling. None of these three quarterbacks really look great in this system.
Yeah, but it don't really look like it's their fault either, right?
Yeah, it looks like they're just...
You don't know how bad or how good the quarterbacks are playing. Their quarterback play is for the Raiders right now because of how bad the play calling is.
Yeah.
And you're putting them in tough spots. Like Hoyer, you're putting... I mean, he should have threw a 50-50 ball to Devontae Adams that he threw out of bounds. That's his mistake. He should have threw it for 50-50. And he had 2 other throws where he overthrew or threw it out of bounds to players. But those are all on 3rd and longs where we just ran the ball 2 times in a row and made it a 3rd and long.
Yeah.
Even if those throws are catchable, they're still going to be hard to make plays on.
Yeah.
So Josh McDaniels is not putting our quarterbacks in the best position to get first downs, the best position to win, the best position to succeed. And that's what's tricky about it, because it's not like we're a quarterback away or something. We might be a whole head coach away from being a good team.
Yeah, you're right. I think we're putting these quarterbacks in a position to not succeed. For first down, hey, we're going to go run it. Then it's a negative play or just right there. Okay, well, let's go do it again. Then all of a sudden you get a 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11, 3rd and 8, and now you have to throw 10 yards downfield to get the first down or something, and you're right. It should be 3rd and shorts or go get the first downs on 1st and 2nd down. You can do that too instead of just getting it on 3rd down. You're right. I completely agree with you. I think we're just not setting our quarterbacks up for success.
Yeah, and if the offensive line struggles at times, then you need to start running quicker plays. And Josh McDaniels just can't. Like, his mid-game offensive play calling is not good. It feels like he cannot think on the fly and make plays on the fly. So that's the thing that kind of worries me, bothers me, and it doesn't feel like this offense can compete to make it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
But you never know. You never know how the ball rolls. You never know. O'Connell could come in next week and just light it up.
Yeah,
or
you're right.
Corey can come in, light it up, and okay, now we're feeling good. But from now, you got to show me. Josh McDaniels, his offense has got to show me that we're a playoff team for me to come up here and talk to everyone confidently about the Raiders and that they can make the playoffs and make a run.
And yeah, exactly. And I think just offensively, you've got to show me that you're capable of putting up yards, getting first downs, and putting up points. This is 6th game in a row, under 20 points offensively. I know we scored 21, but 2 was defensively. Offense put up 19. Stalled at the red zone a lot. We went 1 for 6, a lot of field goals. A win's a win, I'll take it. We put up the points needed to win. But until the offense shows us something, then yeah, you're right. We're going to be sitting here thinking, hey, Raiders only scored 20, under 20. Defense, go do some work and let them score under that.
Yeah, we'll talk about defense now. We saw some flashes from some players in this game. Trayvon Merrick, I mean, he looks like he could be an elite safety in the National Football League. Max Crosby always looks good. You already know that. Marcus Peters seemed like he was locked down all day. I only saw him on the screen once, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
And, we saw some good plays. Spillane made some plays. A couple guys that struggled were Jacorian Bennett. I thought he struggled in this football game. Diablo missed a lot of tackles.
Yeah.
But the interior D-line and D-line as a whole, pretty good in the passing game. Running game, probably not so great because there's a lot of big
ran
runs.
On us a little bit.
But defense showed flashes, and they looked okay today.
It felt good, and we sat here before the season, and man, this defense is coming together pretty good. No matter who we're playing or what, besides the Buffalo game, we're holding them under
24 or less.
Yeah, we're holding them to some seriously low yards in the air, some seriously low points. And we looked good from the second half on to the Charger game. Even the first half of that Charger game, we just gave up, good field position to them with offensive turnovers. But this defense is really coming together, and it felt good to know that the big boys were in Mac Jones' face today.
Yeah.
The interior linemen were in his face today. It wasn't just Crosby or Kuntz going at him or, our edge. It was the big boys that were sitting there getting some pressure.
Yeah, Adam Butler, a couple of those guys really getting pressured by Lyle Nichols. So that was good to see. But what I was stating, I don't think they played good today, and they only gave up 17.
Yeah.
So that's good. I really like that. And I think Patrick Graham is doing a really good job on this defense. I think he's calling good blitzes at the right times. So I really like what I'm seeing from Patrick Graham, someone that we really questioned early in the year, questioned last year. But I really like the way it's playing out for him because I think we've always kind of said that, like, if the Raiders just have a decent defense, like, we can be good, we can be solid. And right now, we have a decent defense.
Yeah, me and you always just wanted an average defense. Just give us a top 15 defense. Just give us a middle of the pack defense, and let's see what this offense can do. And I think we're a tiny bit above average, just seeing what we're doing and stuff, and we're looking really good. And for as much stuff as we've talked on Patrick Graham on here, he's really doing a really good job. And I saw some things on Twitter.
He might be saving Josh McDaniels' job.
And I saw some things that Booth Patrick Graham is an elite coach, because he's been, ever since he's been in the booth, it's been really good. So for as much stuff as we've given him on here, he's really looking good. His defense is really looking good, led by Max Crosby. Merrick's coming a long way, and he's looking really good. Got the pick today. Some tackles that he's not letting him get by. Yeah. Just push him out of bounds or tackling him. This defense is really coming together.
Yeah, let's go back to the offense. Red zone offense, Nick. Been a problem. It's been a problem for a long time. Today it was even a bigger problem.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? What do you think it has to do with our players or the play calling?
I don't know. I mean, you can say both. I mean, 1 for 6 in the red zone isn't funny at all. You need to put up points. That's 6 opportunities to score a touchdown. That's 6 times 7, 42?
Yeah.
It's 42 points we could have scored today. Instead, we scored offensively 19.
Yeah.
So many field goals, so many stalled drives. You got to finish. And when we have players like Josh Jacobs and Devontae Adams and Jacoby Myers and Mayer had a really good nice game today. You got these weapons, but you can't finish. Yeah, and it's just it's horrible because you let Patriots back in, and like I told you, in the first half, this game could have possibly been over with. We could have been up 3, maybe even 4 possessions, and this game could have just been over with. But no, we held them. We let them back in the game, and it took a safety in the final minutes to win this ball game.
Yeah, the offense should have won this game a long time ago. It shouldn't have come down to the defense having to win this football game. Daniel Carlson's foot is probably really sore right now, having to kick the ball so much. I mean, he came through in this game. Every point that we got, we needed. So
every point, it's just one of those things. Just finish. We got all these weapons. Throw it to Devontae in the end zone. I think maybe just once, maybe if even.
Yeah.
Throw it to him.
And he didn't even have a shot.
Yeah.
So
just throw it to him. We got Devontae for a reason. Best wide receiver in football. I still think he's the best wide receiver in football, no matter who's throwing at him. If it's O'Connell, if it's Hoyer, if it's Garoppolo,
do you want me to throw to him? Do you want me to throw to him?
You want to go play next to him? I'm just saying. Just no matter who's throwing to him, we've got the best wide receiver in football. Let's use him.
Yeah, I agree. Same thing as Aaron Rodgers said on the Pat McAfee show. I don't care if Devontae is double team. You give him the ball because he's going to be open. And the Patriots came in with the plan. We're going to double their best players, like always. We're going to double Devontae. We're going to double Jacoby Myers. But they doubled Devontae, and it seemed like we didn't want to look his way.
It was just like it was too hard.
But he's going to be open. It don't matter if he's triple team. Devontae's going to get hit.
And we've seen him do so much special stuff in just the year and the half that we've had him.
Yes.
Just the handful, or not handful, but like the 20-some games that we've had him already. So we've known, and it seems like just our quarterbacks are looking at him. Okay, there's 2 guys right there. Nope, that's too hard. Let's go somewhere else, or let's go dink it off to Josh Jacobs. No, we got to get him the ball somehow. If I would rather live with you throwing an interception or turning over the ball, going to him, than anything else, than a check down to Josh Jacobs or something stupid. If we're gonna lose a game, let's lose it going to him, Devontae.
Yeah,
Devontae's our best player. You always put the ball in the best player's hands when it counts and when it matters. We got to use them.
Yeah, right now, tricky time to be a Raider fan, but it's kind of like a game by game type of thing. I'm taking as a fan, and like you guys got to show me. Not you guys, Josh McDaniels, you got to show me.
Yeah.
Because your defense is doing good enough. Your offense makes plays, but you call the bad plays at the bad time.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Josh McDaniels has got to show us that he can lead a group of men to wins, enough wins to make a playoff berth. Yeah. So it's just a show me type of thing every week. Got the Bears. They're 1-5. A similar game to this one. We have to win that football game, Nick.
Yeah, we do. And today Justin Fields, his hand was hurting. We don't know the stats to him, just like we don't know the stats to Garoppolo. Garoppolo got hurt too today. So I mean, I don't. honestly, I can say our defense is going to hold them to a certain extent. I don't know what offense we're going to see come Sunday in Chicago.
Yeah, it's gonna be tricky. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be crazy, but we'll see what happens in Chicago. It don't matter to me what quarterback they have playing because you never know. You know, you don't know with this football team, but if we had a better offense, then you'd be pumped up. Like,
exactly,
yeah, we can do it. But.
And that's what sucks because you know what? Throughout all this, we were able to score the ball. We were able to sit there and put up 20-something points. You know, and it was always defense. Well, you know, we put up 20-something, but we lost 42 to 28 or 35 or whatever. Now we're holding them. Now it's just if we can score points or not. We got an offensive guy as our head coach, and we still can't score. You know, so that's just what makes it frustrating is now we know defense. This is our defense. This has been our defense for 6 weeks. Or I should say 5 weeks because of the Buffalo game. They've been playing really well, but now this is our offense who can't score 20 at all. You know, and I'm not sitting here hating or this is just who we are. We are 3-3. I'm grateful that we're 3-3. It's good, but at the same time, we're gonna need to score some serious points if we want to be successful this year.
Yeah, especially if you want to beat, you know, the teams that we have after this stretch of 3 games or something. After that. If you want to beat the Chiefs,
I was going to say the same
thing. If you
want
to beat the Chiefs, we got to score some points.
No one's beating the Chiefs, putting up only 17.
If we want to beat the Dolphins, we're going to put up more than 17, 18. Mm-hmm. You know, if you want to beat some of these good teams, you got to score points, and this team is just not scoring points right now. And you hope that maybe defensively we can do the same thing in those games, but it's not likely.
Yeah.
It's definitely not likely. But, I mean, we got a gauntlet. Here, so that's where our team's gonna need to start getting better and score some points. Like at least, like I want to see like some 28s on the board.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be too hard to do in half your game. Score 28 points. And so far in 6 games, you should be able to score at least 28 in 3 of the games.
And it's not like we're getting into good field position because we are. Today we're 1 for 6 in the red zone. We're in the red zone 6 times.
Yeah.
You just can't punch it in. So we know we're kind of capable of getting there. But now we just got to finish.
Just got to be more creative in the red zone.
Yeah.
And not run it every time and think we're in the red zone. Josh Jacobs is going to get it in because that's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
We need to run creative plays, need to run play fakes, need to run screens. We need to do everything we can in that red zone to score, and hopefully Josh McDaniels works on that this week.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm not greedy. I'll take the win. It's just the only thing that sours it a little bit. That 1 for 6 in the red zone, and knowing that we could have put up some serious major points in this ball game, but we didn't.
We'll see you guys for a midweek episode. We'll talk about, I don't know, we'll talk about on that midweek episode.
Maybe the quarterback situation.
Maybe the quarterback situation, maybe some other things. There's going to be a lot of pressers and stuff like that throughout the week. There's going to be more news coming out. Renfro, might get traded. You never know.
He's on his way out.
He might be on his way out. We'll see what happens there. And we'll see you guys for a game preview versus the Bears. That's going to be a huge one. If the Bears can win that one, I don't care how they win that one. They're 4-3, and you're like, okay, we're winning.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Like I always said, stay healthy, get a good week of practicing. We take that East Coast trip, play at 10 o'clock our time or West Coast time. Don't know their quarterback situation, don't know our quarterback situation, but you're right. On the road, I'll take even one of these wins again. We just got to go in there and we got to win.
We'll see you guys next time, and go Raiders.
Go Raiders.